All right. We do appear to be live. Where's our desktop audio levels at? Just where I like them. Alrighty then. It has been a few days. I was in the wilderness. And by the wilderness, I of course mean North Jersey. Had a lovely Thanksgiving, but glad to be back. Glad to be back in the game, back in the action. It's officially been a few days, so I think that it's time to finish up the current Redbubble illustrations that I'm working on. Sort of give them a final QC and sign off, and then we'll probably work on some more Backrooms game stuff. This little thing I'm doing. Where is it? There we have it. Bit of a problem there. My tab just crashed. That was interesting. But let's switch over. All right. Now, of course, we got to reset the thing. I mentioned I do plan on doing some changes to That's wrong. But that's correct. All right. I do plan on doing some changes to my OBS layout. I currently have things overcomplicated in the wrong way. Makes sense for them to be overcomplicated, but it does not make sense for them to be overcomplicated in the way that they currently are. But yeah. You heard that. Here we go. So, first thing we're looking at is these two fellas. If we're doing QC, then I'm looking at this one, and I'm definitely happy with him. Although, here's one change that I gotta do. See this? This needs some highlighting. This needs a little bit of light. Just like that. See, that makes more sense. Gotta go a little bit tighter in here. There, I think that does it. Although, see me second guessing myself? Let us make it a little more... Yeah, there we go. We just need to properly texture that edge. Okay. Because since we're dealing with a diegetic light here, it's got to make sense. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's really basking in that TV glow. Like the movie! Get it? Alright. I have no complaints about you. Look at you. You're strutting. You're doing your thing. I got this guy right. This guy was so much freaking work. Mr. Stop Sign here. So much freaking adjustment. So much freaking, oh, I gotta adjust this. I gotta do that. I got it. I got it working. Thank God. You know, thank God. Oh, boy. Okay. So that's those two guys. We're happy with those two guys. Okay, let's see the other two. Ba-bam. Yeah, no problems here with the shading. But I want to try something on this one. I'm noticing something. Yeah, his lines are thicker than the other three. And I don't think I like it. How's it going to scan when they're little? Oh, you're right. So you can't see this because you're viewing this on a regular monitor, but I'm viewing this on my big monitor. I shouldn't say regular. You're looking at this in a YouTube window. There's no way you have my stream full screened. If you do, what are you doing? You know? Multitask a little. Get some productivity then. That's what the stream is for. But, point is, these stickers are going to be small. These are going to be Redbubble sized, right? So, what matters is how it reads to the eye when they're little. And the pixelation on the shading parts, I'm not worried about that reading super well so much far away because, like, there's only so much I can do in that regard. It's really going to be more of a closer inspection, like Easter egg. But this guy, the lines, I do want those to read from far away, which, yeah, with this thickness I'm not doing. I forget why I standardized it to this size. But we do have a fix for that, which I don't believe should cause me to have to redo all the lines. If I can remember what it was. I did this once, a long time ago. Currently menu hopping here. Here it is. So if you go to filter, and you go to other, look at maximum and minimum, which I don't know how it does this. It's some fucking voodoo, man. Some friggin' voodoo. But takes everything and it thickens it. Did you see that? Everything is getting thickened right now. Currently at 4.1, that's too much. Gotta go down. And because we're looking for that chunkier line, we want to preserve the squareness. Let's go to 2. That's pretty close. 1.5. Oh. Why can't I do decimals? It's not letting me do... Okay, it's only letting me do whole numbers. That sucks. One's all we need. And let's see here. Any anomalies does this create? Yeah, you can see a few anomalies that'll have to curtail, but nothing horrendous. Okay. Now, the real black magic with this is that what I just did to thicken it was called minimum. If I wanted to thin it, that would be called maximum. It's reversed. It's annoying. But anyway, I've just saved myself a whole bunch of time in that this stuff ain't requiring a full redraw. Thank the Lord. Just got to do a little bit of cleanup, because one thing it's going to do is exaggerate any issues, any problems you had. And these thick lines, I know why I normalized it to be too thin. I gravitate towards that way a lot of the time, because a thinner line allows you to be more precise in general. So you can't even tell. They match. Shut up. Yeah, thinner line causes you to be more, allows you to be more detailed in the small stuff. And let's see here. Let's find my line art layer here. Here it is. For these two guys, it's the same, so that makes a little filter. Okay. Filter, other, minimum. And then just like that, okay. Trawl for anomalies. Nothing. All right. These are done. It feels so good. Yeah, I'm going to be exporting these off stream, and next time you hear about them, I'll be posting about and talking about the Redbubble listing. Alrighty. Final check. Here's we got Stop Sign Man. We got the man in the chair. Then we got the Navigator. And we got the guy just doing his job. Lethal Company. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyway. So. There we have it. Let's go to PNG to... Okay. There we have it. Still working on this one. Now I remember the big thing that I wanted to do is get the floors right. That was the first thing. Because currently, I'll show you how it looks. We gotta get Kitra up and running. No, it's Krita. Damn it. I keep saying it wrong. It's not Kitra, it's Krita. Dyslexiate. Just a moment. There we are. Alright. Now we got floors made of floor over here. We open it up, and you see very subtly these darker colored lines. You can see them more when we zoom out. Those aren't working, so we just got to get rid of those. Fortunately, everything's one layer, so it's going to be a little bit tough. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to... Someday, soon, I will be fixing the key bindings on this thing. By fixing, I mean turning them into Photoshop key bindings. These B works. Yep, just going like this. We're going to normalize the whole thing. And I want to bring back in the texturing. I want to bring back in that blotchiness. So we just got to go... And we got to select the brush that I used back then. And I remember I found it by searching XL. No, I didn't. Here it is. You. We can see that does nothing. We need to make it just a tad darker. We're going for a very close color here. Very, very, very close. Just like that. Yep. So that allows us to... That's not right. You probably can't even see this well on your screen. What the... That was strange. There we go. Nice, uneven pattern. All right. So we're going to export this, save it right over its friend. This texture, you can't see it, it's called a floor made of floor. Then we're going to go to RGM, re-import this. And making the game. Alright. Turning off background audio for a second because possibility of a loud, unsettling noise. Okay, no loud, unsettling noise, thank God. Alright. Here we are. Let's use what you look like so far. Always new game. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Although you see how the, yeah, you see how you can definitely see the creases of, paneling. I actually don't mind the, let's see. What's the best way to fix that? Here's the problem. No matter what, we're going to get some level of reputation. Oh, I think this hallway is inhabited. You're going to get some level of reputation no matter what. I think what I'm going to end up doing is shrinking down the texture that I already have and quad mirroring it so that instead of creases, you're going to get just repeating patterns, which I think is going to look a little better. But honestly, that's not important right now. What's important right now is doing a little bit of game design. So, you can see that this level is incomplete for when I don't have an exit. For 2, this enemy is not what I want him to be at. Every enemy has speed, endurance, and power. You can't see this, but... Actually, does it show as a separate window? I don't want to do that. Currently, the speed is pretty slow. I am going to boost the heck out of it. Put it at 8 instead of 5. Endurance doesn't really matter. I'm not really hurting him right now. His power is 2. So with any luck, this man is going to be chasing me. And it's not going to be fun. We need to do a little bit more here. We need to, design the final parts of the level. Especially the exit. That was weird. So, got the large hallways. The tricky thing is that most of this first level has been revolving around the large hallways for a start. But what I don't want to do is have a situation where a player just sticks to the large hallways and succeeds. Okay. So the thing here is to think that they can, but they cannot. Oh dear. Wrong texture. So this is going to be a dead end. Here's going to be where the correct path is. Oh dear. Yeah, so one thing about this designer is that I am using just my mouse and pointer here. The pen doesn't really work as well for it as you'd expect. Result being that sometimes you make little snafus. Now, if you mind the level design, you'll see that I have put multiple kind of spiraling shapes in here. And that's not going to quite work. What I want to do here is I have a... Up here I have kind of a pseudo-labyrinth. It's not quite a labyrinth. What I want to do down here is I want to have another one that you have to go through. A labyrinth is a very particular shape. In the classical Greek. So, it's also not... I'm not sure, actually, how the term labyrinth has changed over the years. He says after constantly boasting that a labyrinth is a particular shape. But basically, might have to Google how to draw one for this. We'll see if my current method bears fruit. But basically, in many uses of the term labyrinth, it's not a maze so much as a spiral that brings you all the way to the center of the shape and then all the way out in the most spatially annoying way possible. The idea is to create a space that looks like that. Yep. We should make this even bigger to get a little more layers in it. But yeah, no, basically the idea is that I want to have a I want to have a big section where progress forward is going to be sort of hampered by just having to do this spiral. You have the option to circumvent it, but that's a red herring. You gotta walk in the spiral. There's no other way. I'm basically trying to put mental traps into this thing. We have a spiral up here that leads to nothing. We have a pseudo-labyrinth here, which kind of demonstrates a little bit that they could go somewhere. But then we have another spiral up here that goes nowhere. So, it does introduce uncertainty. A spiraling pattern could mean that it's a labyrinth at the end of it, or it could mean that it's just a spiral that goes into itself. Especially because I feel like, yeah, it's going to be different for different people, but, like, a significant amount of people are going to go down and, like, find this. And I do want different levels of this to have motifs. They're not all going to look the standard Backrooms way. Like, some of them are going to have special shit. Oh, that's annoying. With the size of this one, we do have a... Yeah, we've got an overlap. Yeah, no other choice. Whoops. Actually, hang on. Yeah, that looks the best for now. I've mentioned that one of the things that we'll be adding to this is special rooms with props. That's one of the things about this is all influenced, I've said before, on Kane Pixels. His backrooms specifically, to me, that's the excuse me. That's the aesthetic, right? That's the backrooms. Everything else is a cheap fucking knockoff, to quote Homelander. Oakley dokley, said Ned Flanders. Man, Ned Flanders has canonically been with his wife. You know how I mean. I don't want to say it on YouTube. You ever think about that? Ned Flanders, canonically not a virgin because he has 2 children. Unless Maud had them before she got with Ned. I don't know. That could be a thing. I don't know. I'm not up on my Simpsons lore. I gotta get up on my Simpsons lore. Who was the father of Ned Flanders' children? So this is going to be another red herring down here. Okay. So, use the critical pod. Next level. Bam. And what I don't know is what I'm going to make that next level look like. But that's where it is. So, the proper path... There's actually 2. Oopsies. Now there's 3. Come here. Fix you. Thank you. Alright. So, basically, if you filter your way down here, go through this bullshit, and then you've got some options. But if you choose the right one, you end up in this corridor. Then you go in here. You go around through this, up and around, next level. But there is a simpler option that skips all of this, where you just go zoop, zip, oh shit, blah, blah, and then you do the rest. This room is unnecessary. This whole corridor, there's no reason to go down it. Excuse me. My intent here is either going to keep their players on their toes or is going to frustrate the hell out of them. Because obviously the big hallways are going to be the faster way to go. At least in the beginning. They are the faster way to go. If you can get past the big guy, your reward is that you skip a whole part of the level. But it's a question of whether you can get past the big guy, whether you want to take that risk. Let's see here. We have to turn off the mouse settings here. We have to. I don't have a choice. Because, yeah, mouse, at least with my mouse, does not work with this. I strongly, suspect that, strongly suspect the mouse isn't going to... Okay, OBS got disconnected. That was weird. Anyway. But yeah. So, streaming an hour later, I think it's going to be better for my morning routine. A big part of these is just mixing them in with my morning. And, yeah, I'm not getting the best results for these morning ones on YouTube. I'm getting better ones for the late stuff. We have a void here. I got to put another red herring in here. But for now, execute game. Okay, no horrible menu sounds. Good. Hello. So, the one thing to test right now is the beastie. Pretty sure the beastie's this way. Yep, he's this way. Alright, let's get chased. There he is. He's doing that strafe sidestep. That's limiting his overall, that's limiting his speed. Oh, there he is. Hey, big guy. Shit. Yeah, he can't navigate this shit at all. Alright, let's look. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh! Oh, shit. Yeah, that was actually problematic. Yeah, yo, he's got that sidestep. I'm not sure if they all have that or just him. That's something to actually test. Let me test that right now. We've got 3 basic enemies here. The other 2 are going to be shooting at me. But I should be able to take it. We'll see if they all do that sidestep. Okay. Packaging, repackaging real quick. Yes. Okay, yeah, let's go. Come on. Execute game. Because basically, what really actually helps me in designing this is, having that really basic AI that just runs at you. Here we go. Jesus. Yeah, those guys are... Okay. I think I've lost them. So the only problem with these, I'm using arrow keys to look right now, and the only problem with that is it is not fast enough for, navigating these, narrower hallways. I'll have to try around with the mouse settings, see if I can get that to work, because currently I don't have the mouse settings on. A lot of fiddling, a lot of finagling. I am thoroughly lost. Suppose that's the point. Oops, dead end. Okay. Damn. Okay, it looks like the other two were a lot more straight. We'll do more experiments with that in the future. For now, I think that's calling it quits. Lovely sounds. Anyway. Okay. For those of y'all watching on the VOD, thank you for tuning in. We're going to be doing these weekdays at 7 on YouTube and eventually on Twitch as soon as I actually sit down and get that calibrated. Probably primarily on Twitch going forward because that's going to be the better place for stuff like this. You've got categories on Twitch for just chatting for productivity. You don't have that on YouTube. That's annoying to me. There's so much obsequious dumb politics that happens with social media platforms these days as well. Too many people messing with the formula, man. Like, I remember seeing this story about the incoming FCC chair, or maybe he's outgoing, I don't know what. But he was talking about cracking down on censorship in social media platforms, and it's like, dude, there's no, like, fucking censorship. It's like motherfuckers sign their TOS and then they break it and then they act like fucking surprised when they get banned. Like, you know, so much of it is just people who, you know, come on here to deliberately, like, frickin' mess with people. And then they get slapped down for messing with people. And it's like, why did I get slapped down? I was just messing with people. It's annoying, dude. It really is. Like, there's so much bullshit in the way of just competently running a social media site because of, like, current year, current day. Anyway, enough ranting. I only ranted a little bit, but anyway. See y'all tomorrow.